Hey, what's happening today? Hope you're doing well. This is David with Balance of the Triad, Body, Mind, and Spirit. So here we are midweek, and kind of wanted to cover a little bit of a topic that started off a bit from yesterday's video. Yesterday I kind of covered, do you have difficulty losing weight? As examples, that's your narrative, and I talked about some different scenarios, as long as there's not a real medical reason for that. But some different ways to compare. A lot of times it has to do with realizing maybe what you tried before wasn't working for you, but try something. You got to keep doing it. So ties into this. If someone says you got to make some change in your life, you're going, wait a second, I don't want to make any changes. I don't want to. Which, little side note, actually came from watching an interview a couple of years ago with Chris Evans, Captain America. His nephew kept saying, I don't want to. And Chris actually said that. He mentioned in this interview, he talked about how he said the same thing in a different interview. But anyways, so as a kind of description here, is like, how often have we been in positions in our life to where we don't like the results we get? Whatever area it is, whether it's your health, whether it's your physique, is it your job, is it relationships, whatever that area it is. You don't like the results, but yet you don't want to make any changes because you're going to have to make some changes to get some different results. You've heard the description of insanity. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And something I've talked about many times before is your results from your choices and decisions and stuff from yesterday, your actions, all that from yesterday contribute to what happened today. Last week determines this week. Last month determines this month. Last year determines this year. Last decade almost determines this decade. If you want to see some change in your life, if you want to improve your health and wellness, if you want to start losing some weight, losing some inches, if you want to lower your blood pressure, if you want to get off certain type of medications, if you want to have a more positive mindset, if you want a stronger connection with yourself, you want a stronger connection with your higher power, stronger connection with your surrounding people. The decisions you've made up to this point have led you to this point. So if you want different results, you're going to have to make some changes, make some different actions. And that's one of the things I really want to emphasize is, I mentioned this in yesterday's video too, is it's going through and find out what works for you. Because a lot of us don't like to be told what to do because then we're going to fight it, which is, I mentioned before too, a couple times, is that's the idea of a lot of times diets don't necessarily work. Diets do work, but people don't work in diets because it's so, the reason they don't work usually is because they're so restrictive. It's like, I want to eat this food over here. I want to have the pizza. So you'll basically blow the diet and just go splurge on the food. Instead of letting yourself eat a little bit of pizza, but also stay a little more over here. It's finding what works for you. My preference for exercise is doing some type of resistance training, even body weight training, because the more muscle you have, the higher metabolism, the more calories you burn, the more fit you are, the strength carries over to everyday life. But that might not be for you. Maybe yours is walking. Maybe yours is cycling. Maybe yours is mountain climbing. The idea is to find out what works for you. And you're going to hear this from me over and over again. You have to find what works for you. And that might require some experimentation, some researching. Okay, let me try this technique. Let me try that one. Let me try this. Let me try this food over here. If you want different results, you got to do different actions. So, which means, yes, you have to make some change in your life. And yeah, there's a couple times, more often, I try not to say you have to, you need to, and these are a few cases where it's, yeah, this is something you're going to need to do. What those changes are, that's going to be up to you. But the truth is, if you're stuck in a spot, if you've gone through even years, even decades of not being able to lose weight, not be able to get in shape, whatever it is, you're going to have to really make some changes. But the key here, and I mentioned this before, I mentioned it yesterday, and you're going to hear me do this in videos over and over and over again. Key phrase here that I've found, at least this is what I found out, and from others as well, is the emphasis is you got to find what works for you. Just because this training program and nutrition program, we're going to say diet, nutrition program work for 10 of your friends, doesn't necessarily might work in with your life very well. There's parts of it you might be able to use. It might not work out. Maybe in a month or 2 months later when you got some of the projects and things that kind of ease down, it might work for you. But the bottom line is, again, you want different results in your life, you're going to have to make some changes. Start with, as you heard me say over and over again, baby steps. What's at least one small thing that you can do today to get you closer to where you want to go? If it's lowering your blood pressure, if it's losing weight, you're kind of tied in together. If you want to get a more positive mindset, what is at least one action you can do today to take you closer to that goal? What's something that you can do, that you want to do, that works for you, that you can do today, and that you can keep doing it maybe tomorrow, maybe expand on, maybe add to it. Let that sink in a little bit. But just let me know what you think of that. Let me know how you think. Let me know your thoughts on that, and start from there. Start from where you're at and do what you can. All right, I'll catch you next time. Take care and balance into you. Bye-bye.